Yes, Brubeck, Morello, Wright, and Desmond. Take 5 is the name of, course, the all-time top seller in the jazz recording field. Good morning, Dallas. I'm Tony Garrett.
And I'm Dick Hitt.
Looks like it's going to be a beautiful day today. Just beautiful. It's coming up on 8:15, so if you need to get going, you need to get going.
And today's the kind of day that almost makes Central bearable. It's running well at the moment, Central is, but if you're coming up from the south, don't forget the jackknifed tractor-trailer on South RLT. It's still tying things up.
Hey, Dick, did you see the piece in the Herald this morning about the statistically average Dallas citizen?
How average is he?
Aha, he's so average, he's 31 years old with an income of more than $12,000 a year. According to this, his wife would be 29, she would work in the home, and have 2 years of college.
Honey, are you listening to Hitt and Garrett?
They would have 1.6 children.
Wait.
What's the matter?
What is the 0.6 children? Will you ever see a 0.6 kid?
Well, I don't know about a 0.6, but my youngest daughter is a 1.5 all by herself.
Oh, yes. I'm familiar with the fraction.
Yeah, anyway, this guy has been in the service. He has a college education, relocates every 4.7 years, has, what is it? Oh, yeah, here, 2.5 cars. Well, what's a 0.5 car?
It runs about half the time.
Oh, that makes sense. Apparently, they take a vacation every 14.6 months. And last but not least, they have 2 pets. Now, mind you, just 2, not 2.6 or 1.7, just 2 nice little pets, which is a relief. I don't want to contemplate a 0.6 pet.
Ah, very, very statistically stunning of you, and it's now 8:17, and it would be time.
Going to have...
According to them, I'm the most average guy you ever met.
No, Ralph, I don't think you're average at all, not a bit. Jackie, you don't think Daddy's average, do you?
Yeah, I guess he's pretty average.
See, Ralph, Jackie doesn't think you're average either.
Mom, what's cellulite?
This is impossible.
Ralph, what's wrong?
The city has doubled the assessment on our house. But that means our taxes will be twice what we paid last year. Oh, man. How can they do that? I mean, I want to do my bit like everybody else, but this is too much.
Well, hon, maybe they've made a mistake. I mean, there must be someone to call or something.
Yeah. No, it says customer service opens at 8:15. Would you hand me the phone, dear? I knew the old neighborhood was going up, like everything else, but the value of our house to double in 1 year?
Mom, if our house is worth so much money, can I get that doll that eats?
We'll have one real soon.
Customer Service Tax Department, may I help you?
Yeah. Yes. I got my new assessment in the mail this morning. A terrible mistake's been made.
Sir, if an error's been made, I'm sure I can help correct it. What's the address of the property?
It's 8416 Gibraltar.
Is that property in the name
of Ralph Mitchell?
Yes, it is.
Are you Mr. Mitchell?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. I'm going to refer you to the tax roll clerk in charge of your block. Would you hold a moment, please?
Well, look, I'm going to be late for work. My office is downtown. Can I come by and see someone this afternoon?
Sure. Come to room 1B, first floor. Somebody at the counter will help you.
I hope so.
Have a nice day.
It's easy for you to say.
Well, we'll still have those margaritas by Mexican moonlight, won't we?
Honey, if our property taxes double, we'll have margaritas by streetlight in the backyard. It's time to get rolling.
Good morning, Dallas.
I'm Dick Hitt.
And I'm Tony Garrett. It's a beautiful morning. Central's a mess. South RLT's even worse. But now here's the good news.
Oh, yes, the good news. Today's the day that all of we homeowners out there find out how much the city thinks our home sweet homes are worth. But don't panic. It's not your tax bill.
No. What you're going to be getting is the assessment from the city, or another way to put it might be ad valorem infinitum.
It's an awesome complex, this city that we've built. Somewhere down there, more than 100 years ago, John Neely Bryan built a single log cabin to kick it all off. Do you think that he could possibly have expected this? There are a few things we learn to expect. New TV shows to replace the ones nobody watched last season. Great weather for that trip to Padre. The strong possibility that the Cowboys will make it to the playoffs. And the inevitable letter from the tax office to anyone who owns a home or business property. Each year, the city council, with the city manager, has to figure out what it costs to make it work. The school board, with the superintendent, has to do the same for the entire public school system. Streets and sanitation are big items in the budget. We have to keep our police force out there. There are 272 parks in Dallas, 5 or 6 more every year. We've got a municipal market, a convention center, public transportation, water, fire, air. They do it all. And when they're finished, they even balance the books. Where does the money come from? The city charges directly for some of its services, and there is some income from fines and licenses and accumulated interest. Of course, there's the sales tax. But one of the most important resources upon which the whole structure rests is the actual value of the city itself, its offices and homes, to the people who live and work here. The property tax. Dallas has undergone the sort of unprecedented growth in the last 20 years that other cities have had less success in dealing with. The original system for placing a value on all of this real estate was developed back in the 40s. Each year, the city worked to revalue 1/6 of all the properties within its ever-increasing limits. But the appraisers tackled a job that required data processing and data storage long before the age of computers. The system was cumbersome, unresponsive to the constantly shifting marketplace. It went virtually unchanged through the 60s. At the same time, growth was astronomical, and property values rose steadily. But while growth was rapid, it was not evenly spread around the city. A wide variety of property values and an equally wide range of property taxes was the result. We needed a plan, a system that would place a value on property in a uniform, consistent way. 5 men from the city staff began to develop it in the early 70s. They called it the equalization program.
Can I help you?
Oh, boy, I hope so. Look, I got this letter this morning, and the assessment has doubled on my house since last year. Now, something's got to be screwed. I mean, the property value of the neighborhood's gone up, sure, but I haven't made any recent improvements.
Just a second. Are you Mr. Mitchell?
Right.
Well, look, Mr. Mitchell, I'll need to walk back and pull the information on this address. Why don't you come back around here and have a seat at my desk? It'll take me just a minute to get the record. Just have a seat right there, Mr. Mitchell. That's 8416 Gibraltar, right?
Mm-hmm.
Let's see. When our appraiser looked at your property, he determined that you have a one-story home of irregular shape, a two-car garage, central air and heat, swimming pool, kidney-shaped.
Wait a minute. I don't have a swimming pool. Hold it a minute. Do you think somebody thought our goldfish pond was a swimming pool?
Well, it's possible. We do, on occasion, make a mistake. One of our favorites is adding a second story to a one-story home. That'll give the old assessment a boost. At any rate, if an error has been made in your assessment, all we need to do is send out an appraiser to confirm, and the record will be corrected immediately. How big is this goldfish pond?
Oh, very modest. No fountain, one fish.
Okay, no problem.
All right. I'm glad we got that straightened out. Now maybe you can tell me about this tax equality system. I heard about it on the radio this morning.
Oh, the equalization program.
Oh, right.
Sure, I'd be glad to explain it to you. I think it's the best thing in taxes since somebody invented the deduction. The heart of the equalization program is the new appraiser's manual and the computer program that goes with it. It's got a specific category for every type of home you could possibly find in Dallas, except the real expensive, one-of-a-kind houses. These houses are evaluated individually. The appraiser takes this book out into the field with him and identifies the type of house he needs to evaluate. There are 118 categories, ranging from the most simple to large multi-story homes. Under the old plan, there were only 7 levels of quality to classify houses. It was hard to accurately value extras like a porch, a pool, or an elaborate bathroom. But when the owner wants to sell the house, he has no problem placing a fair market value on everything. The appraiser enters all of his data on a card and makes a rough sketch of the house. Then he brings everything back down to City Hall. The plat maps are updated with the data from the field and from city-issued building permits. The last step is computation, the only part that's done by machine. It all comes together in data processing. The computer takes the appraiser's information, accounts for special features, does the arithmetic, and out comes your tax bill. It's as simple as that.
Yeah, sure, I think I got it. But what about raising my assessment from 75% to 100%? Doesn't that mean my taxes will automatically go up 33%?
Nope, because the city council and the school board will lower the tax rate to keep the whole system about the same. Well, look, the real estate business, everybody talks about fair market value. That's full value. It's just less confusing if we do too.
But my assessment has doubled.
Right, because your house has been revalued at full market value. Remember, your house was last reviewed several years ago.
Okay, I think I finally got it. Well, first of all, I don't have a swimming pool, and you're not going to assess me for one, right?
Right.
Okay. My assessment has been increased through the equalization program, but the tax rate will be decreased an equal amount, so my taxes won't go up, right?
Right, with a few qualifications. The equalization program was not created to increase your taxes. If the city council or school board don't see the need for a dramatic rise in services and consequently need a lot more money than last year, your taxes won't go up. If you haven't made any substantial improvements to your home, and if your property is located in a section of the city that has seen steady rather than rapid growth in real estate values, then your taxes don't go up.
Boy, that's a lot of ifs. Well, I only need to know one more thing. What's my tax bill this year?
I don't know. Well, you see, the city council and the school board haven't figured out a budget for this tax year. Once they've done that in a few months and they know how much money they'll need, then they'll be able to set a tax rate. The computer will multiply that rate by your assessment, and that's how much you'll pay. Percentage-wise, though, it breaks down like this. Roughly 50% of the taxpayers in Dallas will see no appreciable difference in their taxes this year. Of the remaining 50%, Some will see a substantial increase, while a few will get a decrease. So, your chances are better than even that your taxes will stay the same. And there are a few allowable exemptions. If you are over 65, your assessment is reduced.
All right. I sure do appreciate all the time you've taken to explain this to me. Thanks a lot.
Sure.
Do you do this for everybody?
Nah, that's just in the movies. Thanks for stopping by.
Hi, hon. How'd it go fighting City Hall?
No contest. Ralph Mitchell, hands down. I'll explain it to you later. But I don't think our taxes will go up much. So...
Oh, Ralph!
I thought I'd give it a chance.
You know, you're a pretty nice guy for someone as average as you're supposed to be.
No.